Okay, so hello, I'm Kimberly Whittington. I'll be leading you through a full body workout today. We have two circuits. The first circuit is all standing, second circuit is all on the mat, and you will need a mat, a water bottle, and some weights if you have them. So we're gonna start with a warm up, and I'm gonna scoot back here so you guys can see me. So those of you that have done this class before, kind of the same setup for each class. We're gonna start with big arm circles backwards. So make sure you have plenty of room wherever you're at. And we're making those circles as big as we possibly can. Last week, so I'm gonna talk through this warm up, but last week we did a timed workout. And so I think I'm gonna do the same thing this week. I kind of like to switch it up between timed and then reps. So we're gonna go forward now. So big arm circles forward. I feel like either you get more reps in when it's timed or you get less reps in depending on the exercise. So it's nice to kind of switch it up and play around with the format. So I'm gonna stop here and then I'm gonna twist. So I'm gonna have my hands out to the side. I call this the windmill stretch. So I'm gonna look over my shoulder, try to wring out our spine, loosen it up a little bit. Three, two, and one. So we're gonna go hands up over the head, and I'm gonna go opposite hand to toe. So I'm gonna come down, reach across my body, reach for the outside of the foot, and then come back up. So ideally, you're keeping your legs fairly straight, or your knees straight, so you're really lengthening through the back of the body, stretching out those hamstrings, glutes. We don't have as much legs this week as we did last week. My legs were really sore after doing, I think we did like 120 squats. So it's not gonna be that intense today. Let's go 3 more. 3, 2, and 1, and we'll go right into butt fingers. So stretching out the quads. Try to get your heel as close as you can to your bottom. Three, 2, and 1. We're going to go palms up to the side, and across in the front. So I alternate left on top, right on top. Really swing your arms, open up the chest. We do have bicep curls, shoulder press, and triceps today. So last week we were a little heavier on the legs, and this week we're going to get a little heavier on the upper body. So we're going to do the same movement. We're just going to go palms down. So palms down, out to the side, and across. For 3, 2, and 1, we're going to go through all that again. So big arm circles backwards. So again, trying to keep your arms as straight as you can. Make those circles really big. Warm up our shoulders. We'll need it for our shoulder press. 3, 2, and 1, and now we'll go forward. Same movement. Three, 2, and 1. So windmill stretch. So arms are out to the side. We're going to turn, look over our shoulder, keep our feet planted. For 3, 2, 1. Hands come up over your head. And starfish stretch, so opposite hand, the opposite foot. I like to reach for the outside of my foot, or the outside of my calf, outside of my ankle. So I'm twisting at the bottom. Three, two, and one. Right into butt kickers. So feel free to jog in this one if you want. You can speed it up or keep it to a slow warm up. We do have some jumping jacks that we'll be doing, so we'll get plenty warm. Three, two, and one. So palms up, out to the side, across in the front. Three, two, one. Same movement, now palms down, out and across. So if there's ever a stretch or a part of your body that needs stretching that I don't cover, feel free to take a couple minutes and do that if you need to. So we're going to go right into our first round or first circuit of exercises. So today we're going to have jumping jacks, forward lunges, bicep curls, shoulder press, and then triceps. So we're going to start and get our body warm. If jumping jacks aren't your thing, you can always run in place. Basically, we're just trying to get our heart rate up, get our body warmed up so that we can go into our lunges. So we're going to do everything for 1 minute. So we'll do this whole circuit, and then we'll do all these exercises one more time and then move to the mat. So I'm going to time us here on our watch, and we're going to start jumping jacks or running in 3, 2, 1. So the idea is that for an entire minute, you're moving. So you're trying to get your heart rate up, get your lungs pumping out some oxygen. And I'm taking in oxygen. We're halfway there, so keep moving. Got something squeaking over here. Ten seconds. Three, two, and one. Whew. All right. So we're going to go right into forward lunges. So a lot of times we do static lunges. Today we're going to do forward lunges. They're actually a little bit harder than even reverse lunges. But so just to kind of give you an idea of what that should look like, as I always say, lunges are not everyone's favorite thing, but they are really good for you. So from here, starting with my feet together, I'm going to lunge forward, then drop my knee. So here I'm keeping my body upright, and then I'm going to come back. So it's a forward lunge, and then back, right? So just like that. So we're going to go for 1 minute. You can go as fast or as slow as you need. Again, trying to continue to move. So we'll start in 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to lunge forward, drop that knee. You don't have to hit it onto the floor, and then come back. So if lunges are hard for you, you can always use a wall or a chair to help you with stability. Think about standing up on that back leg. So here I'm keeping my chest up, dropping the knee straight down. So we're about halfway. I'm alternating my feet. I'm going to go right forward, back, left. I like to keep my hands on my hips, but you can keep your hands wherever they're comfortable. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're gonna go into our upper body stuff. So I have 8-pound weights. Use whatever weight you have or what you feel comfortable with. So last week we did a hammer curl, and this week we're gonna do a traditional curl. So that's gonna look like this. My palms are facing the screen, or facing you guys. And then I'm gonna curl, keeping my elbows tucked into my side, slowly come down. So again, I'm gonna time us for this one. So we'll start bicep curls now. So we have a whole minute. You could probably get quite a few in. So really try to go slow on your way back down. Don't let your weight fall to your side. Palms stay facing up. So I'm bringing the weight to my shoulders, slowly using that negative to come down, back. Make sure you're standing up nice and tall. Round your shoulders back and down. Keep going. We have about 15 seconds to go, so let's do 5 together. So we'll go up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So our upper body's gonna get really tired now. So now we're gonna go shoulder press. Okay, so with the weights here at our shoulder, we're gonna press them over our head and then back down to our shoulder. So I'm keeping the weight here, pressing over my head. So we're gonna go for 1 minute, and we'll start now. So press up over your head. Try to straighten your arms if you can, and then come back down. Not everybody has that kind of flexibility in their shoulders, but that's why those warm-ups that we did are so important to kind of loosen up our shoulders, try to get that full range of motion. So here again, I'm not letting the weight just fall down. I'm slowly lowering the weight, then pressing overhead. Nice. You guys are gonna hate me after this round. Your arms are gonna be sore, it's okay. Keep going. We got about 5 seconds, so let's do 3 together. So press up overhead, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so now we're gonna drop one of our weights, and we're gonna do a tricep press, and that's gonna look like this. So I'm gonna turn sideways so you guys can see me. I'm gonna take the weight and hold it with my hands just like this. You can kind of see. And then I'm gonna bring it up over my head, and then drop the weight behind my head, touching my shoulders or my shoulder blades, and then back up. So press up all the way, squeezing your elbows into your head, just like this. So you drop down, press up. Okay, so we're gonna go for 1 minute. That's a long time for triceps. So we'll start now. And I want you to go nice and slow, or you're gonna have some really tired triceps. One thing to think about is that you're standing up nice and tall, and I'm keeping my elbows tucked into my head, so don't let your elbows splay out to the side. Keep your elbows in, press straight up, slowly drop down. Depending on what weight you have, your triceps may already be burning. going here. Let's do 5 together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, yes. That felt really good. All right, shake out your arms. So we're going to take about 60 seconds here. If you need a drink of water, get it now. We're going to go right back into jumping jacks and do all of that one more time. So, as I said before, if jumping jacks are not your thing, feel free to run in place. You can do high knees, you can do butt kickers. Just trying to get that heart rate up. And then hopefully we'll carry the heart rate up through this next circuit. So this is the last you have to do with your legs and arms. When we move to the mat, we're gonna do core stuff. We do have some push-ups, but so let it all out this time. Give it your best. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. So I'm gonna run in place this time. Maybe do some high knees. So whenever I'm doing high knees, I'm trying to get my knees up as high as I can, bringing those feet up off the floor. We're a little over halfway. So keep moving, don't stop. Keep it going, 10 seconds.
Kimberly.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Whew. How's it going?
Good. I was just finishing up a assignment for school.
Yeah, no worries. Just hop right in here. We're starting our second set.
So I'm gonna go change and I'll join you guys in a second.
Yep, no worries. Great. Okay, so we're gonna go into lunges. So remember, forward lunges, we're alternating each leg. So we'll go right leg forward, left leg forward. We'll start in 3, 2, and 1. So make sure that you're standing up nice and tall. Lunge forward, drop that knee down, and then come back up. So really focus on pulling yourself up with the back leg. So stand right up on that leg. Again, if lunges are not your thing, feel free to change it to squats, or just maybe go slower and really try to perfect that lunge. We're about halfway. Make sure your upper body is staying straight up. So I'm not folding forward when I lunge down. Keeping that chest up and facing the wall, never the floor. I like to also keep my gaze up. So instead of looking at the floor, if you look out in front of you, it'll help keep your chest upright and not fold forward. Let's do 2 more together. 1 and 2. Next. Now for the hard part, we're gonna grab our weights, going into bicep curls. So here, make sure your weight is even on both of your feet. We're gonna start palms up, keep those elbows tucked into the side, curl up to your shoulders, and slowly come down. So we'll start here. So again, we have 1 minute. So make sure you're standing up nice and tall. Open up your chest and roll those shoulders back and down. slowly lowering the weight toward your hips. So not too fast, it's not a race, we're being timed, so really try to control the weight, control the movement. Maybe you're not even using weight, that's fine too. I know some people like to use water bottles for their weights. You'd have to put those on a scale and see how much they actually weigh. Let's do 3 more together. 3, 2, and 1. So keeping those weights in your hand, we're gonna bring the weight up to our shoulders. And now my palms are facing the screen. I'm keeping the weight at my shoulders, and I'm gonna press straight up over my head, straightening my arms, and then slowly lowering the weight back down. So again, we're gonna go for a minute. You don't have to go super fast. It's not gonna make the time go any faster. Make sure you're moving the weight with intent. Try to get those arms straight up over your head. Again, I realize not everybody has that flexibility in their shoulders, but that's the goal, right? So to press straight up. Let's go 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. So we're going to drop one of the weights. This is our last exercise for this circuit. And I'm going to make sure I'm standing up nice and tall. I'm going to press the weight, again, holding the weight like this. So I'm going to drop it behind my head and then press straight up. So I'm going to time us. A minute's a long time, so go nice and slow. So we're going to start now. So 60 seconds here. So drop the weight behind your head and then press straight up, squeezing the elbows in toward your head when you come up. Squeeze, then drop down. Nice and slow, lowering the weight down toward your shoulder blades, and then back up. Let's do 5 together. So press up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Awesome. All right, so take a minute here, grab a drink of water. We're gonna move to the floor. We are gonna need 1 weight if you wanna use weight. If you don't, you're not gonna need a weight. And we're gonna start with push-ups. So for those of you that have done my class before, you know there's a couple different ways to do a push-up. It doesn't matter if you're doing your push-ups on your toes or if you're doing your push-ups on your knees. Either way, the form is going to look very much the same. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So I'm going to lower myself all the way to the floor. So I like to come all the way down to the floor and bring my chest to the floor so you're really getting the full range of motion. You guys have about 30 more seconds. So I'm going to explain the push-up, and then we'll just jump right into our second circuit. So from here, I'm going to make sure that my toes are on the mat. No matter what, I'm going to tuck my toes under. Whether I'm doing toe push-ups or knee push-ups, it's not going to matter. I'm going to also bring my hands right outside my chest. And then I'm gonna squeeze my elbows in toward my body. So from here, I'm gonna push up, tuck my toes under, press straight up, power through those triceps. So you have a nice solid plank position here. And then we're gonna come back down to the floor. So we're gonna do 10 push-ups. So we'll start here. I'm not timing us for push-ups. That would be crazy, a minute. So I'm gonna tuck my toes under, squeeze my elbows in toward my body, push straight up, and then come all the way back down. That's 1, 2, 3. So maybe you start on your toes, but then you drop to your knees. That's okay too. 4, I think.
Yeah.
5. 6. 7. 8. 2 more to go. 9. And 10. Whew. Those push-ups felt harder today. So we're going to move to our back, and we're going to stay here. We have some crunches with the weight, bicycle crunches, leg lifts, and then what we call a boat pose. So we're going to start on our back, and if you're going to use a weight, this is when you'll grab it. So I'm going to move to my back, pull my heels in toward my butt, squeeze my knees together, and then I'm going to have the weight up here over my chest, and I'm going to push it over my knees, and then slowly come back down. So I am going to time us for this one. So we'll start here in 3, 2, 1. So with that weight, press it up over your knees, slowly lower your shoulder blades back down to the floor. So the idea here is that I'm getting my shoulder blades as high as I can, crunching with those upper abdominals, pushing the weight over my knees. We're a little over halfway. Keep going, really lift those shoulder blades high up off the floor. Let's do 3 more together. 3, 2,
Mom.
and 1. Okay, so we're going to drop the weight. And now we're going to go into bicycle crunches. So for those of you that are not familiar, it looks like this. I'm going to bring my hands behind my head, and I'm going to lengthen one leg, bend one knee. I'm going to try to get opposite knee to elbow, and then switch. So I am going to time us on this one. A minute's a pretty long time. Do the best you can. Try to keep that leg that's straight off the floor. So we'll start 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm alternating opposite knee to opposite elbow. Again, you don't have to go super fast here, although it does feel good to do that. But we're here for a minute, so control your movement. I like to think about pulling my toe toward my body. Instead of pointing your toe, try to kick your heel toward the wall. I'm rocking back and forth on my shoulder blades, reaching that elbow to the knee. Something in my eye. Keep going, we'll do 5 together. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. That's something in my eye. Sorry, guys. We're gonna go right into leg lifts. So We're gonna break this up into 2 sets. So we're gonna do 1 minute, but 2 sets of 30 seconds. So I'm gonna either plant my hands right by my side, or I'm gonna put my hands underneath my butt to give me a little bit better leverage. So I'm gonna bring both feet up over my hips, and then I'm gonna slowly lower them down as far as is comfortable for me, and then I'm gonna bring them back up. So we're gonna go for 30 seconds, take a short break, 30 more seconds, okay? So do the best you can here. So we'll start our 30 seconds now. So I'm gonna slowly lower those legs, bring them back up. Really focus on engaging your lower abdominals here. Lifting with your lower abdominals. So if this hurts your low back, maybe you're not coming down this far. You may only be coming down to here and then back up to start. So kind of play around with it. You don't want to be uncomfortable. And if you have any low back problems, you want to be careful with this exercise. So let's do 2 more. 1 and 2. So let's take a break for a second. You could squeeze your knees into your chest. Now we're going to do it again for 30 more seconds. So again, moving with control. So controlling your legs, not letting them fall to the floor. So let's go legs up, hands to your side or under your butt. We go for 30 seconds. Ready, go. So slowly lower, then bring the legs or the feet back over the hips. We're almost there. Let's do 3 together. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So we're going to rock ourselves up, and we're going to do what I call a boat pose. So, or I guess yogis call it a boat pose. And so it looks like this. So I'm going to squeeze my knees together, squeeze my feet together, and I'm going to come up onto my butt. So you can hold your legs here, or you can bring your hands out to the side. So depending on how sore you are, that's kind of our starting position. We're going to go for 30 seconds. So however you want to start, you can start by putting your hands behind your knees, rocking up. You can hold it here. If those arms help you, feel free to leave those. If you don't need them, maybe you bring them out to the side. Or maybe you do a little bit of both. Hold your legs, let go, hold your legs. So really try to push yourself here. We have 10 seconds. For 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to do all of that again. So we're going to flip over for push-ups. Now's the time to grab a drink of water if you need it. Do any stretching. This is our last round of exercises before Brianna moves us through some stretching. So it's our last push. Give everything you got. So we're going to go into push-ups. Again, doesn't matter if you're on your toes or on your knees. You can even switch it up. I'm going to do every other push-up on my knees. And then the other ones I'll do on my toes. So I'm going to play around with it a little bit. So I'm going to bring myself all the way to the floor. Chest comes to the floor. No matter what, you're tucking those toes under. Hands are outside of your chest. Squeeze your elbows in. We're going to go to 10. That's 1. Come all the way down. 2. 3. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so we're going to flip over, do some weighted crunches. So making your way to your back, grab that weight if you're using weight. We're going to hold it on each side. Kind of scoot your butt toward your heels or scoot your heels toward your butt, either way. Squeeze your knees together, and then we're going to push up over the knees for 1 minute. So we're going to start now. So really get those shoulder blades high off the floor. So reach, reach, reach at the tops. Try to get that weight over your knees. Let's do 5 together. So weights over your shoulders. Press over the knees for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so slowly put that weight down. And then we're going to go into bicycle crunches. So hands come behind the head. I'm going to lengthen one leg straight, one knee is bent. I'm going to pull my toes toward my body. They call that dorsiflex. So when you point your toes toward your body and not toward the wall. So pull them toward your body. We're going to go for 1 minute right now. So we're alternating, rocking back and forth on our shoulder blades, really trying to reach that elbow toward the knee. And if you can keep from putting your foot down on the floor, that's ideal. But if you need to rest it, that's okay too. So do the best you can. Like I said, this is our last round of abs. Or we have a couple more exercises, but then we're going into stretching. So we have 15 seconds left. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. So leg lifts. If leg lifts don't work for you, you can always do regular crunches. You can choose another abdominal exercise. We're going to do 30 seconds. And then rest. So again, pulling the toes toward the body, slowly lower toward the floor, and then squeeze your lower abdominals and bring your feet back over your hips.
I didn't get one for Friday, I only got the seal.
Really think about pressing your hands into the mat.
What, Mom?
Just have
Surrounding yourself through your shoulders, through your back. So again, maybe you're not lowering your feet all the way toward the floor. Maybe you're only going halfway. That's okay too. You're still getting that lower abdominal workout. Let's do 3 more together. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, pull your knees in toward your chest. We're going to do that one more time. So hands come underneath the butt. Legs come straight. Pull your toes toward your body. Ready, go. So slowly lower, come back up. So really focus on what muscles you're using. You're really trying to strengthen those lower abdominals. So squeeze Lift your legs with your abs. Let's do 2 more. 2 and 1. Whew. Okay. So last one, boat pose. We're going to do 30 seconds. So remember, we're going to start here. Make sure your back is flat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Chest is open. Hands come behind the knees. And we're going to rock back. 3, 2, 1. So here, lift your feet up off the floor if you can. You can hold your knees. You can just hold it right here. You can get your hands out to the side. Whatever works for you. I'm going to continue to hold my knees. Have about 10 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So I'm going to unmute Brianna. She's going to lead us through some stretches. She's doing some virtual volunteering for us. So let's see here.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, perfect. Last time you guys couldn't. Okay, we can stay on the floor.
We can hear you. Brianna.
Good.
Hear you.
Okay, let's go into straddle. Whenever you guys are ready, we could take a little break because we just did a whole bunch of abs. And let's just stretch over to the other side. Hang out there, get a good stretch. You can point your toe or flex it, whatever is easier. And whenever I'm in my class, I tell my little girls if they could touch their nose to their knee, you could get an even bigger and better stretch. And then you could start crawling on over to the other side. And same thing. Side. Hang out there. And nose to knee if you can. And point, flex. And you can crawl back into the middle and just kind of hang out down here too. And reach as far as possible. And then we can crawl back up and go into just your legs are in front of you and just kind of reach out for that. And if you want, you could bend all the way down, get that stretch. And then go into your butterfly. It's just kind of like you put your feet together, the bottoms of your feet together. And I kind of just like to wave the butterfly's wings for a little. And stretch forward. And then you could stretch to one side, butterfly. Hang out there for a little. And then you could crawl over to the other side. And then back to the middle. And now we could go into a cat and cow just to stretch out our backs. And just kind of go back and forth. And maybe into child's pose. All right, now we could get move my camera so you guys can see me. I'm gonna stand up now. I can't tell. Okay, and then kind of just a big straddle this way. And like earlier, we were doing touching your toe, but just kind of hang out down there. And you could bend the other leg and get a deeper stretch. And come back up. And go down to the other side. And hug your leg. And bend the other one. And then you could go into the middle and just kind of swing, let everything loose. And we could come down into a squat and just stretch your shoulder muscles. And you can come up and just stretch your arm across. Can you guys see me? Yeah. Bring the arm up over your head. And then we could switch to the other side. And bring that arm up. And then just kind of do the twist we were doing earlier, shake it out. And now let's kind of stretch our necks side to side. And you could go clockwise. Counterclockwise. Switch back and forth, whatever feels comfortable. I go back side to side. And then just kind of put your feet together, stretch down, come back up. You can take a deep breath in, out, stretch back down. One more time. And just stretch whatever you want to stretch now. And we're pretty much done.
Thank you so much, Brianna.
You're welcome.
That's great. Yeah, and thank you everyone for coming. It's always a great Monday to see everyone. And, you know, as always, I'll be here again next week.